Hey there, and welcome to Killer Character Friday, the series where I break down horror's most unforgettable villains. Today I'm diving into the chilling unraveling of Jack Torrance, the axe-wielding patriarch from The Shining. So, Jack begins as a flawed but human character. He's a writer struggling with creative block, a father trying to rebuild trust with his son, and a recovering alcoholic hoping for redemption. When he takes the winter caretaker job at the Overlook Hotel, he sees it as a second chance, a quiet place to write, a place to reconnect with his family. But isolation doesn't heal Jack. It actually exposes every crack he already has. The Overlook preys on vulnerability, and Jack is its ideal target. His frustration grows, his writing stalls, his temper flares, and slowly the hotel's supernatural influence starts feeding his resentments. He begins seeing ghosts, but more importantly, he starts believing what they tell him because they validate his worst impulses. Jack doesn't just lose his mind, he willingly hands it over. What makes Jack Torrance so terrifying is the gradualness of his transformation. There is no single snap. It's a slow erosion of sanity and morality. His tone toward Wendy becomes colder. His patience with Danny thins. His obsession with work overtakes everything. And his grip on reality dissolves in plain sight. By the time he's chasing his family through the hotel halls, the Jack we met in the beginning is already gone. Jack actually represents several forms of horror at once. Addiction. His past alcoholism mirrors his possession by the Overlook. Toxic masculinity. His desire for control becomes violent. Creative failure. His writer's block becomes a psychological tormentor. And isolation madness. Alone with his thoughts, he becomes their victim. He's terrifying because he's plausible. Jack's transformation feels like something that could happen to someone unraveling under pressure. Jack is not a typical slasher villain, though. He is a character study in how a human being becomes monstrous. His iconic moments. Here's Johnny. The typewriter pages, the frozen final image, aren't scary because of gore. They're scary because you watched every step that led him there. Jack Torrance is horror's warning that the most dangerous monsters are often human, and sometimes they're the parts of ourselves we refuse to acknowledge. Thanks for hanging out with me for this Killer Character Friday. If there's another horror icon you want to deep dive on, drop their name in the comments. And if you want more deep dives into iconic horror characters, go ahead and hit the subscribe button below. If you want to see more fun horror-themed content, you can find me on TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. And if you're a writer or thinking about becoming one, subscribe to my Substack, where I offer tips and advice to help you elevate your writing. You can find the links in my bio. And remember, all work and no play makes for a scary character.